We are hosting
Yeah.
Liverpool this weekend
Eh,
on the 17th of March. We're
eh.
coming down to Old Trafford. Hey man, and Liverpool just what? They just won Carabao
Another
Cup.
banger.
So they're gunning for the treble. They're gunning for the
Yeah.
treble. It's Klopp's last season. These guys, like you said, are juiced up, man. I was shocked because that Liverpool City match, yeah.
Yeah.
Salah
Yeah.
started on the bench and they still managed to hold themselves. They still managed to hold themselves together. So this is not a good indication. This is not good. And I think
Bro.
it's not good. It's not looking good for us. But look, man, what do you think? Give me your thoughts before I chime in on this, man. FA Cup
Okay.
quarterfinals. Let's go, Old Trafford.
First of all, the Salah thing, they were purely protecting him. Like if he was
Yeah,
100% fit, he would have started that Man City game,
true.
and I think he would have dealt a blow to Man City. Man
Yep,
City should be lucky he didn't start that game
yep.
because I'm picturing him, Diaz, and Nunes like because Nunes and Diaz yesterday were possessed. Then
Mm,
you add
I
Salah
saw
into
the
that
highlight.
mix. That ah, ah,
Yeah.
Diaz yesterday. Diaz, he's not gonna do that against us. I can guarantee you. Yesterday was just a feeling. Yesterday, I was watching. I'm telling you, D. I am telling you. Yesterday, Diaz was walking on water. It is
Yeah,
the derby. The game was big. The
yeah.
the stakes were high. Everything about that game was charged up. So I'm not
But Ben,
surprised because you look
don't
at
you
the way
think?
even Diaz was playing. He was
Don't
just
you think?
gliding.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah,
Continue.
yeah.
Continue. No,
Hey,
I
he
was
was
saying,
just.
don't you? Oh,
Uh-huh.
sorry. Man, go on, fam. I'm being a nuisance. Yeah,
So okay, obviously, yeah, we're going to play them in the quarterfinals, and
yeah,
yes, they've already put it in their mind that this is Klopp's last season. They're gunning for everything. Like they're not taking any prisoners. But for
yeah,
some reason, I just feel like the energy and the atmosphere is different. So Diaz, we're not gonna see Diaz. He will attempt, but
yeah.
he will not glide and do the mischief that he was doing yesterday. Yesterday, he was just he was the audacity in Diaz was unbelievable. He was like,
Yeah.
"Wait, you guys think you can hold me? Come, I'll make you dance." And he fucking
Yeah,
made those
yeah,
guys dance, bro. Like,
yeah.
and I just don't think it will happen with us. I really don't. Just because of the stakes of the game. Yeah, this FA Cup is big, but they're coming to Old Trafford. It's
I hear you, and it's
yeah.
just that I didn't watch the game, so I can't really give a really good judgment on this. But I sort of disagree with you. I think that if if there's any match for the guys to be on point, it's gonna be this one because regardless of how United have been for the past decade, the United Liverpool derby has always been the biggest and the most watched in the world. So for me, those stakes are way much higher than they were for the City match. Yes, they needed to beat City. Klopp's last season, he wanted to get one over Pep, but it wasn't going to be the end of the world if Liverpool lost because they still have 10 more games to try and figure this thing out by the end of the season. This game on Saturday is one chance and one chance only. You fuck this up, that's it you know. So for me, the stakes are way much higher for this quarterfinal than they were over the weekend. Don't get me wrong, that weekend match was a big match. It's City versus Liverpool, big titans. But when you look at United history, Liverpool history, nothing. You know what I mean, Ben? Like nothing compares. You check what I mean? Because now it's gonna be one of those things of if we win, because yes, they may be competing for who is the biggest titan currently in the Premier League, but whenever we play Liverpool, it's always who is the greatest club ever. You get what I'm saying?
Who has the
That's what we
most
are
trophies?
competing.
Yeah, bragging
Who's got the
rights.
most trophies? Bragging rights. That's what we are competing with Liverpool on that level. We're not competing with Liverpool of who is the best in the league right now. Nah, it's who's the greatest ever. That's what we are competing for. So for me, that's why this Saturday match way bigger than the City one. And so that's why if you're saying that those guys were possessed yesterday, then I'm expecting to see the same level and heart and everything coming into this game. More so, like I said, it's Klopp's last season, and it would be the greatest thing for United to shut that treble down. You know what I mean?
Ah,
That result
bro.
is way more important than Liverpool winning
Than
against
us
City
making
yesterday.
top four.
And Liverpool would cherish this moment way more than even if they beat City yesterday. They would cherish that thing of, we've knocked you out, we're gonna win the treble,
Especially at your
we're gonna
home.
add another one. You get what I'm saying? Especially at your home. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I feel that 17th of March, fam. That one, yeah,
No, I hear you,
that
D.
one,
I hear you. I hear you. It'll be interesting to see if Diaz will replicate the performance that he did. Now,
yeah,
yeah, because that's where I was like, maybe I just don't see him be in that God mode like he was yesterday.
yeah,
Yesterday, man, he was just rah. There were some things that he was just doing, and me, I credit these things like to the football realm, the gods,
yeah,
because when
yeah,
you're positive in play, when
yeah,
your mindset is determination and aggression and you're
yeah,
going, the gods, the spirits, the football spirits put things in your favor. And they were
yeah,
in his
yeah,
favor. He would twist, turn, they'll bump him, he would almost
man,
stumble, fall, but he will get up. The ball will still be in his path. So,
yeah,
yeah, the guy that we need to watch out, that I have been terrified, that I love as a player,
yeah,
is Darwin Nunes. Darwin
yeah.
Nunes is guys, that guy is the
He's a
best striker.
he's a low key
He's the
threat.
bro. Darwin Nunes is the best striker. Like when I think about a striker,
Yeah.
yeah,
I talking
I
about in
think
the Premier
Darwin
League.
Nunes.
I talking about in the Premier League.
I didn't want to say anything because obviously people are gonna bring Haaland,
Us.
what,
We have
but
to.
I just said Darwin Nunes is the best striker, and this is coming from a Mancunian supporter. You know what I mean? That boy is brilliant. Darwin
Yeah.
Nunes. I
Mm.
know he's not scoring, but
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, if you watch football, like
Yeah.
if you
Yeah. Yeah.
really watch football,
No,
you will
I
know
know
what
what
I'm talking about.
I
Yes,
know what you're talking about. Yeah, I know what you're talking
yes,
about. I just
he
wanted to
is.
throw that spanner into the mix
No,
just
I
to
know, I know. You wanted to.
I
That's
because I'm
why.
like, I
That's why I
need you to make
purposely.
sure that you're saying this with your chest and that you're not
That's
just saying
why I
it for the fun of it.
purposely. That's why I purposely never added anything in there
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
now it would have sparked debate. But
It would have. And I wanted you to
I,
back your statement. Yeah.
yeah, no, true. No, like between him and Haaland, bruh, it's all about preference. You understand?
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
about preference. And I've already seen that if I want a striker that is more in tune with everybody, I go for Darwin Nunes, I go for Harry
Mm.
Kane. If I want a penalty box, somebody that I've just given him the job to clinically destroy people, I give it to
Yeah.
Haaland.
Yeah.
That's the conclusion I have come when it comes to these strikers. Because I looked at Haaland. When Haaland is
Mm.
out of play, he is
Yeah, it's out of
bro. Like
there's no threat.
he
There's no threat.
dude.
There's nothing there. And you know,
Like there's
Ben, and you remember
nothing.
and you remember when I spoke about this at the beginning of the season, when I was like, Rasmus is better than Erling, and I'm like, I know it's very far-fetched to say it now, but just from the little that I watched of Rasmus, I'm like, it'll explain itself during the course of the season. Because I knew it was gonna get to a point where Haaland was gonna get exposed. I'm not saying anything negative about him. I'm not taking anything away from
No,
Haaland,
we're not.
right? But I'm just
Mm.
saying, like, and like what you said, as soon as he's out of play, he's out of the picture.
Yeah.
Whereas with Rasmus can be out of play, but not out of the picture. He can still
Mm.
receive balls, he can still make passes, he can still do this and that or whatever. Haaland does it, don't get me wrong,
But
but
not
not to
much.
the degree of Rasmus and Darwin Nunes. Those guys
Yeah.
are way more versatile and they're not one-trick ponies.
Yeah.
Literally, there was even like a short interview where they asked Ronaldo a similar question. Not a similar question, but they asked him, "Do you think Haaland will outscore Ronaldo? Will outscore you?" And then Ronaldo said, "No, I don't think he will." And then he explained why. And basically, his explanation is like our explanation. It's like the thing is, she was saying like for himself, he didn't need to wait for a goal to be created for him. He could just create goals out of thin air. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Whereas Rasmus
Mm.
depends on someone to create goals for him. I mean, look at how he hasn't been scoring ever since De Bruyne got
Of late.
injured. He was
Yeah.
struggling for goals and of late.
Yeah.
You check what I mean? So that's the thing with Haaland is that he relies so much on someone to assist them. Almost like Van Persie at Arsenal. He had Son. Son was his guy. You know what I mean? To give him those goals. And when he went to United, the same thing with Rooney and the other players, the supporting players. So yeah, man, I hear you what you're saying on the Nunes thing, man.
He's
Those
a
those type
threat.
of strikers, man. Those ones who just they don't rely
He
on people
he's
to.
like this game against Liverpool. Like I don't know what the condition is with Wan Bissaka. Like and I don't know
Yeah.
if he's ready to start. But
Mm,
this game with Darwin Nunes, because Darwin Nunes is very
mm,
mobile
mm,
and
mhm.
unpredictable. He
And
can
he's
be on the
quick.
left, he can be on the right, he can just
Mm.
pull out. He knows how to, his
He knows
runs,
how to
bro.
find
Man,
spaces,
he
man.
reminds me of myself, back in the
Yeah.
days. Man, that guy is too
Mm.
much. But anyway, like that, that fast changing, interchanging play. We need players
Yeah.
that are on the front foot. So that's why I would like Wan Bissaka back so that he takes the right position. The low, we take him
Yeah.
to the left because the low has been all right. Like I'm not like for me he could be better. Like the low could be better, but right now so far so good. I'm not going to overpraise him like because I still think he's okay, but he's been doing a
Yeah.
good job. So I'll put him on the left so
Yeah.
that he can handle that pace and that thing of Darwin Nunes and Salah. Putting Lindelof there would be a fucking problem. And this game that we played this past game
Yeah.
week, um, they did a tactical change. I don't know if you even noticed that. They just swapped the center backs. They
Okay.
swapped Evans and Varane. Varane was playing on the left. Evans was
Yeah.
playing on the right. And the way I saw it,
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this makes sense. If you leave Evans and Delo on themselves, I mean, it's kind of like a
Yeah.
disaster. So you kind of like need to
Yeah.
balance it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
put Evans on this side, and you put Varane on this side, and it
Yeah.
worked. It worked
Yeah.
well.
Okay.
But if you can have one Bisaka, you can have
Yeah.
Delo or Luke or Roberto Carlos there, then
Yeah.
bruh, it becomes mint, bro.
Yeah.
You know what's hurting my feelings? I can't believe like that. Like okay, I like it's not like I've not known. I've
Yeah.
known this, but it's still killing me that we still relying on two because we needed Casemiro back. He's back, and we are
Yeah.
stable. We're doing the thing, but we're still missing
Yeah.
players, and then there's still players that are not stepping up to the plate.
Yeah.
You understand? And that is sort of frustrating me because now you just think about Luke Shaw is back, then we might be. If Licha is back, then we might be. Those guys are not back until the end of the season. So what are we going to
Yeah.
do? Like
Mm.
now that they are not going to be back, so it means that it's over for us.
Mm.
So yeah, man. But
Yeah.
what do you think the score is gonna be?
That's literally what I was about to ask you. Um, you know what, man? I don't know. I don't want to jinx it, but in these situations, I'm always so optimistic that we're
Yeah,
gonna pull a rabbit out the hat. But I
yeah.
think for the first time this season, and you know what's
Mm.
so funny, Ben, and this is not taking anything away from Ten Hag, and I'm not trying to throw shots at Ten Hag or anything like that. But somehow, like under Ole, going into these matches, I don't know why I was more optimistic than I am now, right? Because going into this Liverpool match, I just can't see us winning. Like even going into the City match, I can't see us winning. But it's weird that the Ole days, like same situation, we're playing pop, whatever. I'll be more optimistic. I'll be like, we can go pull a rabbit out the hat. Now I don't know if this is down to because all in the press interviews was always optimistic, and then that energy rubbed off me, of just being happy, smiling, gonna go there, put in a good performance. Whereas I think Ten Hag gets then is very real about the situation, right? Not to say that he goes to the press conference and says we're gonna lose, but it's like, look, it's going to be a difficult match. These guys are incredibly gifted. Us, we're suffering from a lot of injuries. We're gonna go out there and do our best, whatever. So I don't know if it's the the message before the game, that changes my whole outlook on how I feel we're going to perform, if that makes sense. So
I
going
do.
into this
It makes sense.
match, as much as I would love us to spur the party for Liverpool, I just don't see it happening. I think this Liverpool game is gonna be worse than the City. In terms of possession, I think we're gonna play better. I think we'll probably have a little bit more possession because Liverpool not like City. City are like ping, 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 ping. We're gonna slowly just break you down. Liverpool are very direct. They don't fucking waste time. They're like, we need to go now. We're not gonna like fucking ping 100 passes until we can find like an acute angle just to like slither the ball through. You know, very direct, and that's what scares me. Is that the possession may look 50-50, but the attacking is going to be insane. It's going to be relentless. And I don't know if
No,
we're going to be able to actually keep up with that pressure of Liverpool just coming at us, coming at us. Because when you look at these past 2, 3 seasons, the one team that has put a stupid scoreline against us has been Liverpool, not been City. It's been Liverpool. Liverpool have been the one that have come and really put a dent in our
5,
works. You
7.
check what I'm saying, 5, 7, 6. They're the ones because of that, because they come with that heat. And even when they put those score lines across, when we even had a formidable defense. So just looking at the way we are currently playing right now, the injuries, the fact that we're not scoring goals, I'm not like I'm even scared to like predict a score. I'm just gonna
I know
say we're
what you
not
mean.
gonna win. Yeah.
I know what you mean, D. And I agree with you 100%. And I can tell you where that concern is coming from, D. It's coming
Mhm.
from the fact that we are just not playing very well. Because you know what, D, you know what's so upsetting and annoying is that we can sit here, me and you, talk about these guys, like even be like, nah, this guy's capable of this, can you doing this, hey, we're gonna do that. And then come the
Yep.
game week, we watch the game and then be like, wait, wait, what am I watching?
Yeah.
Wait, is this the guy that I was just backing right now? Like, is this the guy that I was saying is going to do the business? Like, wait, wait,
Yep.
wait, wait, wait. And the funny thing is, we are so quick when that happens. We
Mm.
don't focus on the player. We are so quick to look at the manager. It's very easy because he's the one that picked the team. You know what I mean? So it's like, no, the manager. And there's this line that is driving me crazy of late, is that people, especially the Eric Ten Hag outers, you know, they're like, there's no style of play, there's no this, there's no this, there's no that, and I'm like, okay, so if Pep Guardiola was to come to this Manchester United, do you think you would see a style of play with these players? I mean,
Not
he
a
would
chance.
try, he would try, but bro, these guys are not going to do it. They are just not going to do it. And then
Yep.
the it's I I don't know how to explain this without getting more upset, but it's like, what is the point? What is the point? Because the way you are, like what you just said there, it's really, really profound. Because you're like, you remember during all this time, we're going to these games confident.
Mm.
Last season, I was confident in a lot of the games. This
Yeah.
season, not so much. And I know why I'm not so confident this season, and it's because of the way these guys are playing. These guys have switched off. Last season, people were switched on. This season, they're like, nah, couldn't give a shit. Like I just couldn't give a shit. And I wish the whole world, like all the United fans, everybody, could see these players for what they really, really are. Pussies, useless. They don't deserve to be at Manchester United. Bruh, there's a lot. There's a lot of
Mm.
players there that just need to go. Now we are
Yep.
sitting in this thing, this bubble of like, you see, like right, it's even it's this is a spoiler to what we were going to talk about, because like there's that thing of like, oh, people are upset that people are doing interviews. Like the Manchester United
Mm.
players, they don't want to be criticized. They don't want to be
Mm.
touched.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
we are like, fuck off. What do you mean you don't want to be
Mm.
touched? Perform better. Perform
Mm.
better. Score goals. Play games the way people want you to see. I looked at the Man City game yesterday, the Liverpool Man City. Bro,
Mm,
do you know what those scousers were doing? Those fans. Bruh, there was a
mm,
time where, like, for 10 minutes, when City had the ball, because City are City. They will hold the
mm.
ball until you decide to, like, fuck it, you know what I'm
Yep.
going.
Yep.
So they held the ball. The whole
Yeah.
time they were doing that, the, what is this? The fans.
Yeah.
Bruh. And I was like, I kept thinking, yo, as a player, I don't want to be in
Yeah.
that situation. They were whistling, booing, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yes, this is what I'm
Mm,
talking about. Make it
mm,
difficult. You
yeah.
understand? Do you think our players
Mm,
can handle that shit? I don't think so. If
nope.
they are complaining about us, like
Mm-hmm.
the media, like people were criticizing them for them not playing, then you go to a place like that, where Anfield for me is a stadium of character. You
Yeah.
can go there and have a good game. Yeah,
Mm,
man, Hades. Like if you're
mm,
not the
mm.
player that's going to take a game by its balls, like a Cristiano Ronaldo or a Messi or
Yeah.
Eden Hazard, whatever, then
Yeah.
you're not a top player because Anfield, bro, it
Yeah.
doesn't get any hostile than that. And they did it. And I
Yeah.
saw them trying to destabilize
Yeah.
City. And I'm just like, wow. Now you bring this Man City, these United players to that kind of situation, that kind of atmosphere. Do you think we're gonna get that thing, the same performance? These players of ours, they are so useless, bro. Like
Mm,
we need to stop. Like this is the thing, we make excuses for them, and then we
yeah.
allow them because right now people are still on this Eric Ten Hag thing. Let's get him out. Let's get him out. Okay, we get him out. Then we're keeping in those same players, even after hearing the stories
Mm,
that you heard.
yeah.
So bro,
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
So
I don't know. This
what
this
what's
this
your score
United squad.
prediction?
I'm deflated. I was confident. I was. You see, after the story that I told you about before we started recording, like
Yeah.
after I got that information yesterday,
Mm,
man, my mind changed towards these guys, my
yeah.
mentality. And I
Mm,
don't want to be like that. That's the thing that is upsetting me. This is what I was trying to explain. Because I'm now reached a point where I'm like, man, I couldn't care less. Like, I'm just going
mm,
to say that these guys are going to lose. Now, if
yeah.
I say that, it almost looks like I'm being negative. And I don't want to be like that. I don't want people to be like, nah, I don't want to be like that guy who'd be like, yeah, we're going to lose. What? Hey, man, don't waste your time. This is United. We're going to play and we're going to get smashed. I don't want to be
Yeah.
that fan.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to fucking be that fan. I'm not that fan.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
be that guy that's always talking shit. I'm not that guy. But then
Yeah.
these guys are putting me in that situation. Do you understand? They're
Mm,
putting me in that atmosphere. Like I need to do that. And
yeah.
so I'll go with a 3-2 to Liverpool.
3-2 to Liverpool. So you think we want to score 2 goals?
Yeah, I think Rasmus is coming back.
Okay.
Because the gaffer mentioned that he could be returning. I don't know.
All right.
Mount,
All right.
Pisaka. So
We'll get
if
into it.
Russ
We'll
is
get into
there,
it.
he will score the goals for us.
All right.